Hello and welcome back to the Blade of Akai channel. Oh, before that kicks off again, hang on a minute. I haven't actually logged into the game yet. Let's go into mission. There we go. Let's do that a minute. You've already had that. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I had to restart the stream because I forgot to add the giveaway to the title. This will only be roughly a 3-hour-ish stream, so apologies, but you know, that's all I've got time for today. Here we go. And then let's switch over to live. There we go. Back in. Okay. See if I can pick up the daily again. I don't think I can yet. Right, let me get the giveaway started. So today's giveaway, a starter pack refill large, sponsored by MindArk. Yeah, I can't pull it. Never mind. Exclamation mark ticket if you want to get in on the giveaway for the refill pack. Large refill pack. Like I said, it's sponsored by MindArk. It's the $20 pack, 200 ped. Right. What am I doing? I need to find the Eomons again. Did it not update the thing? Stream Elements didn't bother updating the thing. Okay. Awesome. Well done, Stream Elements. Right. Just need to re-enable a timer. Hang on. Save that. Pop that. Today's comp. Yeah. Pop that. Bear with me. Oh, new player's still on. Okay. Right. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. So I'm just going to head and do some more Eomon. Head over there. How's everyone doing? Anyone had any good loots since we last streamed? I think like about there. No, not the PvP zone. Really, why is the PvP zone not where it's supposed to be on the map? That's a good 200 meters off. Okay. We're away. We are away. Think. I don't know, I might... Did I repair the stuff? I did. I don't know, for some reason the hits are starting to be a bit bigger than they were before. I'm not sure there's much I can do about it though, really, other than putting the Gorgon on, but I don't really want to do that. That's not... Yeah, that's not really what I want to do. So I've been hitting these so we hit these in the last stream for a bit. I hit them yesterday. I had a bunch of chunky loots early on yesterday, and then for the rest of the day it was really dull. Nothing happened. So we're trying our luck again on these. See how we go. I looted another. I looted another 2 ASG 12 Fletchers. One of them actually had a very good TIR, and that's up on the auction right now. Hasn't sold yet. But yeah, it was like, I don't know, about 2,000 out of 4,000, something like that, right? But yeah, I still haven't found any ELM weapons. I haven't found any BGHs, which we know are rarer. I could have done with some more Neutros, really. Oh well. Never mind. No one had any big hits. Someone did. 30,000 Moloch Apprentice. Okay, that's none of us getting anything now. Okay. Okay. Ah, epic. 2.1k Eomon Young. Congrats to them. I haven't seen them by the stream lately. Who we got in here? Saw Moss, yeah, Moss hitting that pyrite yesterday. That was crazy. 1,000 petapyrite. Who we got in the crafting? Moss again. Oh yes, and Moss hit that Terror Amp 6. That's was. I was trying to think. He hit something else, but I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, 6k Terror Amp 6. Very nice. Right, let's have a look at space mining. What we got here? Never Die with a 6.8k and a 6.4k. I don't know what the TT input is on those M-type. They're added even bigger than X's. 718s those are. I don't know what the TT value is though. There's this one here. They put Bagamut 0. Should that have been Bahamut? You know, like the big dragons from Final Fantasy. Maybe they've got some ancient Japanese folklore as well behind them. I don't know, but. Hey BT, how you doing? Is all the audio okay? I have to ask this because no one says anything until, you know, someone comes on about 2 hours into my stream and says, I can't hear the game. Or I can't hear the music. Good for you. Good, good. 1k to destroy. Sure. I'm not. That's not in disbelief. That's like, yeah, but you're getting 250 ped out of that all day long. C8 cost, do 60 ped with TT laser. Yeah, I feel like you got the resistance, right? Now, if you think about the resistance as lowering your DPP effectively, raising your input cost, I think the problem is that that's all good and well, but because the rocks take so long to destroy, the output seems to be nerfed. I think, realistically, how interesting could they have made it? Like, putting items in the loot, some decent unlimited lasers. Very rarely, obviously, hyper rare, you would find an unlimited blooming prospector or something, the one that you can spawn rather than the one that persists indefinitely. Which one's which? Is it the prospector that's more like a warp ship? Yeah, but like, hyper rare, obviously, because, too many unlimiteds and all that. The Pioneer, right, so an unlimited Pioneer is what I meant. So the Prospector is the warp one. Isn't there another ship now? I haven't even seen it. Did I imagine that? I think it was supposed to be more of a combat ship. Oh, I need to update my for sale bit. Oh no, it's there. Let's turn that on. Can't find me in the register. Put Akira space Akiran and then you should be able to find me. Trident Heavy Fighter and the Trireme, yeah. I've named my stream this, but like I didn't check again before I actually got started here. No. Still no unlimited weapon drops from Eomon. Oh my god. Thank you, Joshi. Alright, let's have a look at this thing. Really? 10 minutes is up already? I suppose. Can barely see it, although I've got like low graphic settings, not safe mode, but it is low, so it's difficult to see actually. It looks very steampunk, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It looks a lot like the same. Oh, come on! Looks a lot like the aesthetic from the Unity stuff. Wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's look at the details. 93.6 kilometers an hour, that's pretty fast. Quite a lot of protection across the board. But, is that... Like, what do the pirates do? We can't even tell, can we? We can't scan them. And we can't tell what damage output they do. So this is... like, this protection... is like almost meaningless. The only ones we can understand the protection of are the player weapons, right? And they're particularly spiked on like either electric or burn, I think. So depending on which weapons you've got. But yeah, those pirates, you know, what damage are they doing? No idea. So, I don't know. Is this the migration where no unlimited weapons drop from Eomon? Whatsoever. We've had no 120s, no slug storms, no perfected tags, nothing. What are we going to get today, though? Are we finally going to find an ELM weapon? I'm still running DPP build. All accuracy enhancers. And, you know, it's been keeping me going, basically, up until now. Got these down here. Like, you know, we've still got 1,500 pairs of shrapnel there. Just running candy canes at the moment. If you have just joined us, today's giveaway is a sponsored starter pack refill large, $20 value, 200 ped. Coffee. It's sponsored by MindArt. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat if you want a chance to win that. Ooh, it's so nice. So, I mean, for anyone familiar with Starbucks and the caramel macchiato, it's basically that. I make it myself though, and it's far superior. My girlfriend's like, if I go like, oh, should we just order a coffee? She's like, no, I want yours. Like every time, she wants me to make her coffee instead of the convenience of just going to get one. Getting quite a few like 20-ish pedders, but these guys are like 12 pedder kills, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. So as you can see in on the bottom right, I have the LP70 Fen Tier 10 up for sale. If you're interested in that, let me know. But yeah, in full DPP mode, it's been treating me very well. I cannot complain. But yeah, whenever I go DPS, it's just, I think there's a skill issue. I think for every 10% damage enhancer you put on, you need 10% more skill level. What will I get next? Well, I'm intending to go blip, BLP. So, because I want to skill that up, and I'm going to go after the Tyrellian Assassinator at some point. I can't wield. Oh, I can't remember. What is the unstable level? Is it 90 to 100, or is it 100 to 110, something like that, or 120? I know the stable one's higher. It's like 140-ish. Of course, if I manage to loot a C80, C120 while I'm on these, I'd still need to skill into it, right? I wouldn't be able to use it straight away. So what I might have to do is sell this and then get maybe temporarily a C80 and skill that up. And then maybe switch over to blip. I don't know. It's difficult. But yeah, whatever blip weapon I get, it's literally just going to be like a temporary thing until, you know, until I get the Assassinator. Buff already. These 10 minutes fly by. I must be having so much fun. Yeah, and then I think after after migration at least, then I need to crack on with building up that Hyperion armor. And then I can sell the Gorgon as well. I don't want to go too far that way. It annoys me when you transition to the PvP zone, it drops your pet. And it's like, it's all good and well if you can respawn your pet immediately, but not the Tesla pod, because it's got a stupid cooldown on it. And I think it should only have that cooldown if you've got electrotherapy on it, to be honest. Like, if you've stowed it, or it's been stowed automatically while it's got electrotherapy added, then it gets a cooldown. Other than that, it should be immediately respawnable. But now here we are with the stupid cooldown. Yeah, and it also means that, like, you can't... Like, if you were to hotkey your Tesla pod with a Regolite Bunny or something like that for the auto loot, you couldn't then hotkey for auto loot. You know, we used to be able to loot with a key press, and but now it's a bit... You lose the target, right? Which means you have to be pointing and aiming at stuff, and it's just a bit more awkward than it used to be. Which is why the auto loot is kind of beneficial. So yeah, you can't swap between an auto loot pet and this one. It's just, it makes no sense. No, I might transition to the other spawn. I think there may be fewer people over there. And I'm also further away from that stupid PvP zone. The other thing I would like to see is that if you've got a change in zone, that there's a physical... You can see it, right? That you can physically see it. Like, you know, like, you know, in Warzone you got the gas, you can kind of see that a bit. In PUBG you can see the blue zone coming in, you can see the kind of thing. And they use the same effect on Dune as well when you transition from Hagar Basin to the world map. This is kind of it feels like an electrified field or something. Just some kind of effect on the zone, so you can see where the zone is. I think, you know, I think that would be really beneficial. A quality life improvement. The only problem is that they would kind of be everywhere, right? Especially on Ameth. There's so many land areas there that you'd be transitioning between them quite regularly, I guess. But like, for them to work physically on the map like they do, they must be a physical entity, right? Which means that if they're a physical entity, they have a physical bounds. If they've got a physical bounds, you can put an effect on it. And I don't really think it would be too costly in terms of graphic stuff to have that. $40 pedder. Right, well, we haven't had any more Fletchers yet. Normally those drop with a global because of their TT value. Normally. The one I got yesterday with the high TIR had barely any TT on it though. But yeah, just... like, I just don't understand. I've killed quite a lot of these things now and I still haven't seen an ELM yet. I mean, this is largely comfortable what I'm doing, you know, Viceroy. I've got the Imperium officer plates on. You know, for that bit of extra impact and stab, I think it is. Yeah, largely speaking, it's doing all right. I think I'd probably be happy if I was doing a bit more DPS, to be honest, and therefore getting a bit more lifesteal. That would make it even more comfortable. Yeah, I don't quite have the skills, ability, gear to go naked with these. Hey, Sucks TTV, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, like I said at the start of the stream, not going to be a hyper long stream this, because I've got to go out and get the kiddos. But, we do have a sponsored giveaway today for the starter pack refill large, $20, 200 ped. So if you haven't already entered, ! ticket in the chat. Glad to hear you're doing fine. Hey Jerry, how you doing? Welcome in. I get it. Got no blip. Really? Really though? That spawned there? Right then? Continuing your EU existential crisis. And then we're off buff again. Did we get the big one yet? You're joking, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've had, yeah, not much to speak of. Like I said earlier, I had a bit of spam with some chunky globals yesterday, very early yesterday. But yeah, since then it's been dead. That's our first global of the day. 161 ped. Will it be our only global? We'll see. Hey Super Press, how you doing? Welcome on in. Okay, now we need to convert. We have 1800 and something in the conversion. 1843. So, I see you still haven't found your C80 Super Press. You think there'll be another C80 drop? I mean, there's been 2 now. Do you think we're done now? Have you been finding ELMs at least? Because I haven't found a single one yet. In loot, that is. I mean, obviously I've redeemed a couple of camos from the long missions, but yeah, haven't found a single ELM at all. Oh, Stella Bella Mella, 3K Maphoid champion. Of course, Stella was the second person to loot the C80 this year. Second and last person, I think. 8 ELMs and 4 C80s. Like, what am I doing wrong, folks? What am I doing wrong? I think it's looking like this might be my last migration ever. Because I don't know what's going on here. No. No, I don't see the point. Like, I'm killing like so many of these mobs, and you know, Eomons. I've done a fair bunch of Longtooth as well, and I'm still not finding any ELMs. What's going on? Just feels a bit odd. Do you know what I mean? A bit weird. But we'll keep going for now. You know, while our TT return is kind of okay, we'll just keep going. You know, maybe that's the reason. Although, I mean, I didn't have lots of good TT return and still didn't get any ELMs or BGHs drop, so... prior to this, so I don't know. Yeah, I try not to do that anymore. I try not to do that. I try to keep it to like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have gone more than that. I have gone more than that. I think I probably did that yesterday. And I shouldn't have done, really. I should have logged out after about 4 hours. $21 pedant. Yeah, because it's not paying to put the effort in, is it? So you know, I'm not getting greater reward by spending more time hunting, so I might as well have a healthier game/work-life balance. So I need to figure out what's going on with June. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't logged in since I've rebooted my machine and all the rest of it. So I didn't log on to it. Well, I did. I logged on late last night to make sure my base wasn't running out of energy or whatever, right? But I haven't really spent any time on that. But it was like, you know, kicking me out every 10 minutes when I was trying to stream because of stupid BattleEye timeouts. And I don't know if that's still going on. I don't know what the answer is. I reinstalled the BattleEye service. I've checked the integrity of all the files. I just don't know why it's doing it. I mean, it may have gone away now that I've rebooted a couple of times, but I need to check. But I didn't have time last night because I literally logged out of here, logged into that, sorted my base out, and then logged out again. So I didn't see, you know, whether it was still doing it. Oh, I meant to put a fan on and I didn't. It's just boiling here. That's a bit better. Bit of airflow. I'm not a big proponent of aircon. In the car, yeah. Yeah, although mine needs regassing. But I'm not really driving that much at the moment, so it's not a big deal. But in the house, no. And there's a particular reason for that, and that's like we don't have one at the moment. I'm not particularly motivated to go and get one at the moment, but kind of my ethos is right. It is getting warmer, right? Year on year, it seems, and you know, whether you're pro or con, you know, the whole global warming debate, it is getting warmer. Feel it every year. It's like it seems to be getting warmer and warmer. You know, sometimes it feels like, oh well, it's just normal and it's gone cooler for 1 year, but it's just like 1 year and then it's right back on it again. So, but the problem I find with it all is that what everyone, well not everyone, but what people are tending to do more and more is slap the AC on. And like, when it's already hot outside and then everyone starts pumping out hot air from their houses, because that's what essentially is happening, right? I just feel like it's contributing to the whole problem, right? all these air cons pumping hot air out into the atmosphere when it's already hot, making the whole situation worse, and it just feels batshit crazy to me. I saw something that like they have something in Middle Eastern architecture, like, you know, from ancient like Middle Eastern architecture, where they have like an orifice at the top of the roof that so the air flows through it and then it pulls air out of the building because it creates that vacuum effect, you know, much the same way how the Dysons seem to work, right? The Dyson fans and all the rest of it. Hello Stella, congrats on your 3K. But yeah, there's this kind of natural effect that you get because the air flows through this gap at the top and then it pulls air from, it creates airflow inside the building. And I just think, you know, if we could kind of move towards, you know, creating these kinds of effects in our buildings, we can move away from using AC all the time. And some of it is a little bit like, you just need to get used to the heat, right? To a point. You know, I know some people, like, as soon as the temperatures go above 20 odd, they're like, oh, it's too hot. And then the AC goes on. It's like, are you serious right now? Get used to the heat. Just drink more. Wear lighter clothing. Get used to it. But, you know, when it's too hot, then yeah, use an electric fan. Fair enough. But yeah, it's just that, I mean, the way all our houses are built here, at least, you know, they are geared to more insulation than cooling, right? So whenever the summer's hit, being inside is not great. Going outside isn't much better, to be honest, because what seems to happen here is there seems to be a lack of airflow, right? You know, the breezes aren't really there, and so it always feels a bit worse. Get crit. Have it. Anyway. So it is quite hot in here today, because I think today's pretty bad. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's 30 degrees today. So yeah, it's feeling quite warm in here at the moment. Although I'm pretty good with like keeping blinds and stuff shut so the heat can't kind of get worse with more sunlight and all the rest of it. But you know, something our houses could do with in this country as well is external shutters. You know, like the slatted shutters, so you can kind of see out a little bit, but sun coming down just gets battered off, right? Very few people have that in this country. In fact, actually, a neighbor across the street has them. You know, they've done the smart thing and put those things on. Because by blocking the light from even getting to your window, you're improving the, you know, that, you know, the reduction in the greenhouse effect within your own house. And sadly, I can't do that because I don't own this place, so It is what it is. Yeah, because we're thinking about moving to the States now. We're not going to bother. Not going to bother with buying a place here. How are we doing for loot? $280, $290, $90-ish. Okay, we're still kind of level at the moment. Obviously there's some decay to factor in as well on the gun and the armor, but more the gun. Do you know, I think they just forgot to add unlimited items to the Eomons. I just think they forgot. They added them to the LTs, and they forgot to do it on the Eomons. This isn't ideal, is it? Okay, there we go. No, because there's not even anything else. Well, there's armor dropping, but there's no weapons dropping of any sort, let alone C-120s. Nothing. There's been no excavators dropping, anything like that. So, I mean, I know we're not done yet, but like, when's it end? We're nearly 2 weeks in. We're nearly 2 weeks in, and these have not dropped a single 120 yet. And I refuse to believe there isn't enough people hunting Eomons, because I can see so many green dots on the radar right now. It's ridiculous. And this is just the youngs, you know? So, like, where are they at? Where are the 120s? Where are the perf tags? Where are the slug storms? Whatever else they drop. Another candy cane done. Yeah, anyway, it'd be nice to get a decent hit, you know, 3k plus kind of hit. That would be nice, but I don't know. The way it's going at the moment, I don't think that's on the cards. But if we can just keep going, then maybe we're all right. I thought maybe Monday morning they might realise that they've forgotten to add the unlimited loot to the Eomons and sort it out, but still nothing's changed. Well and truly AFK. Is there a patch? What would there be a patch for? I thought they were on holiday. These randoms that keep adding me. Random people adding me because I'm on the same Discord as them. It's like, what? It's the whole, you know, like the whole follow to get followed back principle, right? So annoying. Like, it doesn't work. Stop it. Just stop. Get some help. Right, what was I trying to do? Yeah, look at the EU thing. EU news. Okay, server downtime for patch. No details of what we're patching up front. EU going down for patch. We forgot to add the loot to the Eomons. No, they would never do that. They would never do that because basically everyone that's been hunting for days and days on end would be really due some compensation because the whole point of hunting these things is to find decent loot. And if there's been no chance from the get-go and loads of loss incurred as a result, drop in 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I think, geez, you know, I need to make sure I'm logged out here. Just, in fact, I might just log out at Pandora with the dommies and that, you know, after the patch, just in case. To be honest, though, that kind of thing is server controlled. They don't need a patch to do that. They can just click an up arrow on a box to sort that out. They really don't need a patch for that. It's all server controlled. So I don't know what the patch is for, really. Maybe that click screwed up more before. I mean, the loot engine has been the way it has been for decades now. I don't think it's that. Don't think it's that. The only way you need a patch to enable a loot is because the thing physically isn't in the game, right? Loot table stuff is all server side. Yeah. So the only way a patch to the game is required is if it hasn't been added. But we know the C120s exist, so it isn't that. No, whatever this patch is, it's, I don't know, it's some kind of fix. Yeah, Socrates is not lurking. He hasn't lurked for a while, so I don't know. Yeah, obviously been too negative lately. Yeah, they said, yeah, what we'll do is we'll just press up once every now and then so that one becomes available, right? But then they forgot to assign someone to do it. They forgot to give someone the task of logging in and pressing the up arrow. Yeah, I mean, it literally there's just no chance of any of that stuff being client side, because you could, if it was client side, you could effectively use some kind of memory manipulation and then change the loot table for a mob. I mean, that would just be absolutely crazy. So yeah, absolutely not client based. So dark in here, why? Why so dark? Well, a bit cloudy outside, which is a good thing really, given it's 30 degrees today. Inject an item has been done before. Dupes too. Yeah, but I think as a result of all of the duping back in the day, that they moved all of that 100% server bound. I think it's absolutely impossible to dupe anything now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, non-stackables are ID'd, right? I think that was the issue back in the day. I don't think non-stackable items, i.e., you know, weapons, tools, whatever, right? I don't think they were specifically ID'd in order to save space, right? I guess. So candy cane's running out so quick. So yeah, I think at that point in time they probably went towards IDing them. So I think they've been ID'd for a long time. Oh, we've got a skill boost. I didn't even notice. A whole 44%. There was a bug at one point that server was reading your ammo spend at 30-second intervals, so you could allegedly kill a mob, loot, and log. Did I manage to fix my fine? What fine? Oh, Dune. I was like, hey, what are you talking about? Vines. I don't know is the honest answer. I logged into it very briefly last night, but I didn't stay logged in long enough to see whether the battle line was kicking off still. I'm hoping that having restarted my machine, the problem's gone away, but I just don't know at the moment. You know, I'm at my old base at the moment because I logged in last night, flew to the old base to pick up a bunch of stuff, and then I logged out because I wanted to check that the base had enough energy to keep going. Hey, that was a chunky one. 334 ped. So yeah, then I logged out while I was at the old base because I figured I'm alright. I can just log out here. And then I'll log in again and fly back the other way, and then I can wait around to see whether it happens because I've got plenty of water at the new base. The old base I don't have any water, so I can't really hang about there. I need to keep going. Oh, that's the point. Before I leave, I need to use my vehicle backup to take my speedy bike over to the new base. Big Ziz. I don't know why we call Ziz Big Ziz, but it's Big Ziz. But yeah, using this accuracy enhancer build instead of the damage one has been working out a lot better for me. A lot better, but it does mean I have to stick to kind of the Eomon youngs basically. Be nice to get this fat to tear up a bit quicker. It's just not appropriate to go healing people though. Costs too much. I don't know. I don't know, because I've done DPS mode on these lobies before, and it's not worked out very well. Whereas, you know, doing it this way is working out kind of okay. But obviously, you know, we're not talking about big enough samples, so it's difficult to be absolutely, you know, resolute in what I'm saying. All I know is I'm doing better. And it's, you know, it's something that I've suspected for quite a while now, is that the more damage enhancers you slot, the more skill requirement you need. And when you can, and it's kind of logical, right? Because when you consider how guns are, the SIBs on guns are put together, and that typically a gun at a certain DPS will require certain levels, right? And so why wouldn't it work that way when you start adding damage enhancers? Why wouldn't it be a case that you actually need more skill to drive that extra damage per second? Because the whole point of the damage per second, you know, SIB stuff is that you're more skilled before you start running into these levels. So I can absolutely see it working that way. But obviously, you know, without running hundreds of thousands of PEDs in cycles, or millions of PEDs in cycles, to be honest, to confirm it, I can't confirm it. So, like, you know, maybe it's an experiment for the group. Maybe it's an experiment for everyone, right? If you've got if you're at a particular level and you've got unlocked tiers above that, you know, but you're having really shitty returns, then try only putting damage enhancers up into your skill level. 100k, yeah, that's a lot of Eomon. That's a lot of Eomon. That's basically 1 million PEDs worth, right? They take a long time to kill. All these tier marks making me sad, really, because they're wasted. Because ultimately I'm going to turn this into mod Viceroy. 56 peda for Super Press there, Eomon Young. You've moved over to the Eomons. Oh, you're doing the daily. I'm not really bothered about chasing those dailies. Like, the coat is no use to me. I've got a regicide coat, right? So the coats that are in there are no use to me. So until they add more stuff in there, I don't really have much volition to kind of do the daily token stuff. Because you can't sell those either, right? They're soulbound. So is the regicide coat. So, yeah. You know, if they start adding more interesting stuff to the daily thing, then maybe I could go at it a bit more, but another Maphoid 3k there. We're hunting the wrong mobs. Was it really 10 minutes since I last popped a thing already? Yeah, Maphoid's on fire. It's more that, you know, it's just the players, not the mob, really. In my opinion. I'd see more a relation between looter level and mob level. Nah. No, looter and efficiency, I think that's snake oil. DPP is the only thing that really kind of affects anything. Controversial opinion, I know. That Zeo again. Keeps on tagging mobs that I'm about to go towards. All these other red dots here, and he takes the one that's next to me. Like, how's that all about? I was doing it yesterday as well. Better in returns. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm just saying that that is snake oil. I haven't seen that kind of improvement in returns, so... Some people do that, and I used to take the one closest to them. The problem is I'm using a pistol, right? And I only want to use the pistol because I don't want to use the ML because it lowers the DPP, right? I'm trying my best with the kill efficiency here, and I'm still not looting ELM weapons. Yeah, I don't even want to do the one shot. It's fine if it crits every time on that tag, but it's not that reliable. I don't really need to. There's a lot of mobs here. I don't really need to worry about it too much. It's just something I've observed that, you know, some people are doing, and it's annoying because, like, I get myself positioned to kind of tag the next one, and then all of a sudden it's gone when there's red dots closer to the person that tagged it, right? And it's like, what are you doing? Hey Tongue, how you doing? Hope you're well. For everyone that's just hopped into the stream, we have an active giveaway today. Mindoc sponsored large starter pack refill worth $20, 200 ped. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat if you want a chance to win that one. Of course, if you are entering the giveaway, you need to have an Entropia account. And I will need a full in-game name for you to be able to get it redeemed. Okay. I really need this pet to get level 80, but it's just taking forever. And the amount of nutrios to keep it going. So Marius, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Hey Fawn, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, still no items found. David Dan 29A, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, still, like, we haven't found any more ASGs today. Still no ELMs, still no BGHs. They're getting a bit hitty at the moment. Yeah, I suppose I just need to ante up and get some more Nutrios on the go, but it's just, they're so expensive. Found some Eomon skin. One hit of Eomon skin, 6 ped 22. But like, they don't have the orders for the musk, do they? So they do? Someone was saying they didn't. Don't think I've got any blueprints anyway at the moment. Okay. It's just not, I don't know. It's just not worth the effort, really. Yeah, so I could at some point potentially, like, because I'm like level 120, I could potentially, what is this max at? What is that? Where time is moving faster in game than in real life. Anyway, this max is at level 80. So let me work out. So at level 80, so it's every 8 levels. Each 10% is 8 levels, right? let me work this out. So we go 88, 96, 104, 112, 120. So wait, I wasn't even counting how many that was. 8, 96, 4, 12. So that's, so basically I could go 50-50. Who was suggesting the 50-50 last stream? Time to log out, Lucky Luke. Well done. That was it. That's your lot for today. This time probably moving font to Comic Sans. Oh yeah, that'll be what it is. Someone's fixed the font issue. I forgot all about that. $53 ped. Only our second global in an hour and a half. Yeah, even to kill was 25 ped. I don't know, game feels. I'm not playing. Are you feeling poorly or something? Are you, well, obvious stuff. Are you drinking enough? It's quite easy to not be drinking enough, especially when you're sat next to a PC. And if you've got a new PC, then, you know, arguably it's pumping out more heat than your last one. And that can contribute to, you know, those kinds of issues more and more. I mean, you might have another issue going on, like tinnitus or something. So you might want to go and see a ENT specialist at your hospital, or, you know, go to the docs and get a referral or whatever. But yeah, get it looked at. Don't hang about. Get it looked at. Okay. Well, we are managing to persist at the moment. We're doing not too bad. You never had that problem. I got a new PC, now I get it. I mean, it's possibly just coincidence. Unless... perhaps, did you build it yourself, or was it pre-built? I mean, do you only get the sound when you're at the PC then? You don't get it away from the PC? I get it away from the PC now. I think you need to go and see a doctor and then get referred for ENT, ear, nose and throat. That's another chunker, 221 ped. That's going to help us keep going. I don't think it's coil whine because he says it's happening away from the PC. I think it sounds a lot like tinnitus to me, but I'm not an expert. Some of my family members are, but I'm not. Yeah, I would definitely get it looked at, Lucky Luke. Get to the docs, because you could be having a tangible ear problem. I think it's just coincidence you got it when you got the new PC. I mean, did you, like, when you started mucking about with the new PC, is it possible that, you know, by default the volume was too high and then you played something and it was very loud and then you had to turn it down? Well, it's a laptop, okay. Nothing like that. Yeah, that is annoying. Getting there. Tongue. Very annoying. It's better to... I find it's easier to go the other way. Leave from Ganon. Go through the Verderons because they don't really aggro so easily. Try and avoid the Fierlings, the rage mollusks, right? Try and avoid those, and then there's a path that goes to, and a bridge that goes towards the Veshivore instance. I find it's easier if you go that way, plus the mobs are easier to tackle there. Especially in your lion, right? Your lion, you got lion, haven't you? Is it lion or tiger? I think it's lion, right? Or is it mayhem? You might have mayhem, actually. Yeah, no, if you go the other way, there is no real elite problem. And even if there's elites, like, over the bridge, you can just go up the mountain and then drop down into the instance. It's easier. Way easier. Use Perseus 60 for Veshivore, yeah. Yeah, it's just easier. Go through the Verderons, then around the Fierlings. There might be one or two on the path that you might have to deal with, and then go up the mountain to avoid the Fieroid elites that are on that side. And it's just far easier to do it that way. Well, that's all good and well if you're not rubber banding, but if you start rubber banding, it's just a bad time. You're insta-killed on your vehicle. The only way you're not insta-killed is if you're running around in a pit bull. But the pit bulls are terrible. You'd think something with big wheels like that would be able to handle terrain, but they really don't. They really don't handle terrain at all. The problem is they don't seem to have any suspension. Another candy cane. Yeah, pitbulls are too slow. Yeah, absolutely. But a sand runner's like, one or two hits to a Fieroid elite, right? So it's like, you get rubber banded back into the mob behind you. you know, then you have to start all over again. We got another global, 167 ped. Again, that's going to help us keep going. Okay, well, best of luck with that, and thank you for dropping by, Lucky Luke. Still 0 ELM. Furious. You know, let's try if while we've hit a few kind of chunkers there. I'm curious. Let's try a 50-50 build. We got the most of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what's that? 1s, 6s, 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. So yeah, let's try a 50-50 build and see how we go. Gonna have to repair the gun soon, right? Try 50-50. There we go. Try that for a bit. See if we get, you know, with slightly quicker kills, should get slightly more health per second. Hopefully, generally have to heal a bit less, maybe. But let's see if the quicker kills release to 58 peda. Let's see if the quicker kills release some ELMs. I don't know. Already having to heal. Okay. Yeah, see, look, as soon as I start putting them on, we get Enhance and Munch getting on. That's the thing that's the thing I don't like about damage enhancers. They just break so quick. Catching the wave. I think I was on for like 8 hours yesterday. There was no wave. There was no wave. I have not had a single one the entire time migration's been up. Not one. I refuse to believe I haven't hit some kind of wave thing, because that's just nuts. No, I have put a fair few hours into all of this. I mean, it's going to be difficult to see whether, you know, going 50-50 is going to have any kind of effect. It's going to be so difficult to see that. It's certainly, you know, in the next, you know, hour and a quarter that we've got kind of left, or hour and a half, shall we say. But, you know, we'll see whether my current bankroll tanks or not. I'm in that 90% that's screwed every time. Yeah, but what I don't get is how for nearly 2 weeks straight I've managed to avoid these waves. Statistically, that seems a bit off to me. It feels a bit sus. Sorry, but it does. Two whole weeks. Like, yeah, there's been the odd day or two that I haven't logged on. Fair enough. But still. 2 weeks. Nearly. And nothing. No ELM. No BGH. Limited. You did get a 3k loot, yeah. Highly Bund, how you doing? All fine except it's too hot. Whereabouts are you, Lee? Roughly? No doxing. Asian side. So it like must be super late there. It's probably, what, gone midnight, right? Maybe? Oh, earlier than I thought. Oh, so you must be like Thailand side, right? Malaysia, Thailand side. At a guess. You don't have to confirm that. It's fine. Those things are funny. This this codex rank is taking forever. I'm surprised no one snagged that Fletcher. I mean, it's like... I can't remember what it was now. Like, it was at least 1,700 out of 4,000, if not higher. It could have been 2,700. I'm not 100% sure. I really can't remember. But I know it was pretty good. It was pretty good, and I haven't really charged that much for it. No, Bear said he was all sorted for now. So I'm surprised no one snagged it, and it's low TT as well. So it's like not a huge upfront cost, if you know what I mean. Yeah, obviously you won't get to tier 10 with it or anything because it's, it's only about quarter TT, but at least you'll get like tier 4 or 5 out of it without any issue at all, I think. Although saying that, I don't really know what its decay is, so, you know, obviously with a P20 on it, you can make it last longer, but I'm not sure how long it lasts. 45% skill boost. ASG 12 Fletcher, basically a shotgun. Looks like a Swine Deluxe, but more economical. Yeah, and maximal it does like 73 DPS, so it's, you know, it's pretty effective. And I've seen Bear using his, and it's got quite a bit of range compared to the other shotguns. So not too bad a bit of kit. You know, it's not going to win any awards for efficiency and DPP and all the rest of it, but still. I'll show you if I get another one, but, you know, we'll see. I don't get them every day, right? So I've had, I think I've had 5 in total. Over the entire period. Well, is the loot gonna do anything interesting before we have to finish? Let's check rare finds again. I don't think I missed anything, but no. These things still haven't dropped anything. God's sake. Keeps doing that. Like, I've got Q command on, I press FAP, I press gun, and then it doesn't bother doing the gun bit. Obviously, I'm doing it too quick. That's the problem. Okay, let's pop that. Do this. Go. Yeah, we're nearly at level 64 with this Tesla pod, but we've got still, you know, another 16 levels to go. Thank you, Stella. Miskeyed there. I didn't actually want to heal. On top of the Arresto. There you go. I think that's going to be a bit of a game changer as well when I finally manage to pull a mod resto. Get that extra 1% lifesteal as well. Because it's action based, it can stack. And then get it turned into an augmented at some point as well. I know Quan was saying he could help me out with the Elder token for it, so which would be much appreciated. But yeah, I'm a long way from getting a mod resto, to be honest. It's not exactly an expensive upgrade though, I think, in terms of, you know, being able to actually do it, so it's kind of a no-brainer if you can do it. Stella selling legendary items. Good luck with the sales. There was a recent thread on PCF. Yeah. Hey, was watching your version update video on YouTube last night. Solid content. Thank you for your kind words, Leo Sushi. Thank you very much. Buy yours instead. I'm not buying anything. I'm trying to sell a gun myself. LP70 Fen edition there. Snag it. Get in touch. Is that? Hang on, that looks a bit weird. Let me just double check that. Oh no, it's okay. It's alright. It is legible, right, on the screen. I can't really make it much bigger. There's not a lot of screen real estate for it in that particular spot. I don't really want to put it anywhere else either. He's just joking. Okay, gun needs a repair now, so let's do that. Oh, not that. Whoops, getting ahead of myself. Okay, equipped, and that. 200 ped. And this again. Right, what are we looking at? 377. $95. Well, enhancer munch, right? You're gonna loot one more C80. I think you'll find some hate coming your way if that happens. But good luck. Yeah, this is what I don't like about damage enhancers. It's just stupid amounts of enhancer burn. It's just dumb. It really is dumb, the amount they break. Oh, we get a global 114 ped. Yeah, I really need to go to Ark and sort out this Viceroy, turn it into mod. I've got all of the stuff except enough bismuth. That's literally the only thing I need. I've got everything else. Hello Sunrise TV, welcome in. Yeah, still no drops on the Eomons. They did drop another piece of improved Angel the other day, but was that yesterday or was it the day before? I don't really remember. But they still haven't dropped any weapons at all. They haven't dropped any of the excavators either. It's a bit of a joke really at this point. Nearly 2 weeks into the event and not a single C120 is dropped. Cycle is very low on them. What do you mean? Like, you can get through a fair amount of ped on them. What do you mean the amount of kills you can get? Not so many people are cycling them. But there's green dots here constantly. There's green dots doing the, you know, further up the hill as well. There's plenty of people hunting them. Plenty of people. It's not that. It's not that. Something's up. Something's very much up. Yeah, it's just one ticket per today because it's a Mind Art giveaway. 241 ped Eomon Mammoth. And we're off buff again. There we go. Thank you. A nice little chunker there. Again, keeps us going. Keeps us going. So all we can ask for right now is just to be able to keep going. Yeah, you have to bear in mind there's youngs there. There's possibly another pod of youngs a bit further along. There's obviously youngs here. There's another pod of youngs behind, I think. Unless it's clannies, then what matures? I might be on the last pod now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I literally just logged out here and logged in and started shooting again. It's the only true soundtrack, BT. The only true soundtrack. I mean, I could get somehow get the newer sounds as well, but I'd have to. I think it's a bit of a pain in the ass because they're all on SoundCloud, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can download them or not, and I don't really want to be playing them through SoundCloud. I mean, you know, I like some of the new tracks too. It could be good to have both sets, right? Okay, there's someone there, so I'll leave the other one. Hey, Boy Wonder, how you doing? I think there's quite a few tracks that I quite like, but they just, at the end of the day, they just don't hit like the old soundtrack does for us old timers. You're doing okay? Hot day at work. How's the loot? We're keeping on going, right? We're doing okay at the minute. You know, nothing interesting is happening, but we are getting the odd chunker here and there, which is keeping our TT returns up. So I've been able to keep going quite well, actually, the last couple of days. However, I still haven't seen a single ELM or limited BGH, so take from that what you will. Thanks, I guess. Not sure how that works. You had another C80 yesterday. This is what I mean. Everyone else seems to be able to find this stuff, and I'm getting zip apart from ASG 12 Fletchers, which I don't really class as being, you know, they're like the lowest. I don't know, maybe some of the ELMs are kind of, you know, they're lower DPS and all the rest of it, but I just find it really odd that I've not found a single ELM at this point. You know, normally by this point I've had at least 6 swords. And now I've got naff all. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's like that my TT return's been good, and that's possibly the reason why I'm not seeing a single one. But my TT returns weren't great when I was doing the stalkers, and I still didn't see any then, so 48 Peda. They forgot to refill the loot on Eomon after the last migration is what it feels like. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just really, really suspicious that after all these days, no one has looted a C-120 at this point. I find that really sus. I'm just hoping I can find one, that's all. Big hopium. So yeah, we did swap to a 50% extra DPS rather than going with the full DPP build. But yeah, we're not really going to know how that's panning out for quite a while, really. It's going to take a couple of days, I think, to see the effects of that. I mean, we could see the effects of that much sooner, right? I mean, you know. Tsunade there with a reinforced drill bot 1001, 500 odd peda. That's quite a big multiplier if memory serves me correctly. So haven't any crazy crit spam lately. It doesn't help that obviously by moving 50-50 on the damage enhancers and accuracy enhancers, we've actually, you know, just dropped, what is it, a whole 2% crit chance effectively? Is it 2% or 1%? I think it's 2%, right? Wait, it's 1%. It's 1% at 0 crit hit ability. 2% at 10. Is that right? %2 at 10. Oh, here we go. Off buff again. So where are we at now? We're at 20. So that's 3% then. Yeah, so we're at 20 crit hit now. So that's 3%, basically. I think. Because it goes up to 40. So yeah, it's another whole 2%, basically, across all 10 tiers. I think that's how it works, I think. No, because you get way more crit hit ability if you look at it. If 0 to 10 is 1%, then another 10 is another 1%. And therefore, if you've got 10, you're at 20. That's another 2%. That's why running the accuracy enhancers is kind of good, because you're getting 2% crit hit. So I've got 10 increase right now, which is 1%, but I've only got half the slots filled with accuracy enhancers, you see? But yeah, I'm only using candy canes, so they've only got, what's that? 87 ped. So we've only got, yeah, we've only got 1% on the candy canes. So on top of my passive buffs, we're running at 6% total crit chance, plus the 1 on the gun as well, so that's 7% overall. Okay, we're switching into normal ammo now. If you have just joined us, we are running a Mindark sponsored giveaway for the refill starter pack large, $20, yeah, $20, 200 ped. If you're interested in winning that one, it's ! ticket in the chat, 1 ticket per person. I will need a full in-game name, and therefore you must have an Entropia account to be able to redeem it. If I do not receive the in-game name, I will be forced to re-roll it on the next stream. Yeah, I want to figure out like I said this before. I don't want to do the fish thing because like everyone else is doing that. I'd like to do some other thing. Like maybe there's some kind of card game. You know, some kind of interactive card game where I could play cards against the chat or something like that, maybe. I'll need to look into it. I don't know what's available really. Get crit. I wouldn't mind a decent hit so I can buy some more blimmin' Nutrios. It's a 7. It's only a 7. I want an 8. I was hoping to get some kind of trade up deal, but I haven't really pushed it, you know. I haven't really kind of said want to trade on chats or anything like that. Oh, that's a point. I need to... There we go. I got my trade spam. Yeah, it's just about heading for tier 4, I think, or 5. Well, that's my divine. Why am I looking at that? There we go. 4. It's going towards tier 4. 395. I just need to use it a bit more. But sadly, it's not enough for kind of this kind of grind, really. Well, I had this little place to myself, and now it's just been infested by green dots. So yeah, when this, I think we've got pyrokinesis up. Yeah, 86 ped of pyro coming up, but you know, this is going up so slowly. I think we've, you know, in the last 2.5 hours, we've made, what, 10%, I think? If that. Come on, let's have some interesting loot. Take another ASG. Take another ESI. Finally see an ELM or a limited BGH. Anything. Come on. These smaller Eomon drop rad conveyors, don't they, rather than vacuum flux? Is that right? I can't remember. Done it again. I do quite like using this thing. But yeah, I just wish it had a bit more... Oh, look, Messi with a 2.2k. Grats. Is he still lurking? No, he's not. Yeah, I do quite like using this. The crits are really nice. But what I don't like is, I don't know, it just seems to miss a lot more than it should do. Do you know what I mean? Whereas such a slow reload weapon and all the rest of it seems to miss an awful lot. Okay, we have probably about 40 minutes left. Done it again. No, just dull loot again today, I think. Just grinding, grinding, grinding. Healthy stack of output amps built up though, but I'm gonna have to keep hold of them until after migration, I think. Hopefully there's a little bit of recovery in the markup. I think the days of seeing 140% output amps is over. Oh, super press 217 ped. Congrats. What am I doing here? This. Alright, we got 2,100 in the conversion. We've got what's that? 5, 10, 12. About 268 ped for repairs in a bit. So yeah, we haven't done too badly there. Thanks to basically a couple of chunky globals. Still no ELMs. If you have just joined us, today's giveaway, a starter pack refill, large, $20 value, 200 ped. Exclamation mark ticket if you want a chance to win that. 1 ticket per person. And you will need to have an Entropia account, and I will need a full in-game name to be able to redeem it for you. If you do not have an Entropia account, I will have to re-roll the giveaway. These original tunes bring back some memories. Yeah. Where's the loot? Where's the interesting stuff? There's nothing there. Hey Kaja, how you doing? Stupid cheap chair. Creaking, clunking. And another enhancer munch. I'm not even fully stacked. And look at the amount of munch there is. On the damage enhancers, that is. Not even fully stacked on those. Whoops. We get another skill boost. 47% again. The skill boosts have been a bit lackluster today. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting shit canned here. Still no ELMs. The TT returns have been kind of okay, to be honest. We're doing all right. We've had quite a few chunky loots there. But we're still not finding any ELMs, which is like, you know, going by what has happened in years gone by, it's kind of odd because they're only one PED TT value, and normally they would drop fairly more, you know, more frequently than they have been. And I just haven't had a single one. I'm sorry, it just seems a bit sus now. Like, why? Why can't I find any? I don't know, having too much of an opinion about things, maybe? Don't know. There's only one ticket per sports. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. It just feels a bit weird. This feels weird. And what's even weirder is that, you know, sorry, chat's heard me saying this several times now, so I think people's getting a bit bored with it, but you know, we're nearly 2 weeks in and not a single C120 has dropped. Like, what the hell's that all about? Well, they definitely weren't rare that last year, were they? You know, we have also had 2 C80s drop already. So... don't know. You know, normally at least one of the usual suspects has looted one by now. More turnover and it might drop. There are plenty of people hunting Eomon, and have been from day one. Plenty of people. Well, yeah, I mean, that's going to be pretty obvious if they, you know, like, you've got this patch going out tomorrow. If they start dropping after that patch, then something was up, right? And that would be like, you know, everyone's been grinding away here. Most people grinding Eomon are trying to find C120s, right? Or you know, some other kind of decent drop from these things. It's not all just about hitting them for codex. You know, I think very few people are just looking at these as a codex grind. You know, most people are trying to hit these for the chance at getting the, you know, unlimited items, but also, you know, grabbing ELMs, which I can't seem to find for some weird ass reason. You know, and if after this patch, you know, they start dropping, it's like, well, you know, for 2 weeks people have been grinding away. 2 weeks people have been incurring a decent amount of loss, right? And it was all for naught. If that's the case. I'm not saying it is 100%. I'm just saying, you know, if they start getting spaffed out right after the patch, it's going to look a bit weird, right? You heard a ped for every time I heard someone says you aren't cycling enough. Oh god, yeah. Cycled enough in my books, anyway. I mean, that would still look sus anyway, right? Nerf the DPP. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? You know, even if they nerfed it, like... what's its effective? Like, its maximal is 5, because that's what Socrates said it was. Right? But what's its effective? 3.8, was it? You know, how much do you drop it from there? And what is that realistically going to do to the tier upgrade price, right? Because obviously everyone's postulating now that tier upgrade cost is heavily linked to DPP. Like, to get it to become really cheap, you're going to be dropping it to like sub 3, right? Over 4 for the normal one. I thought someone said it was 3.8 effective. Wait, the adjusted is less than the base? Yeah, but is that... I haven't really fruit tested it since they did the update. I need to go and do that. Again? Pisses me off. Got the range, there was no need to tag the one right next to me. Sorry, what are you talking about, BT? We're talking about the Frontier rifles. We're not talking about Viceroy. Dreamer loot meltdown, yeah. No, I don't know. I think my days are cooked. %70 skill boost now. Oh, sorry. That was me being too lazy with the description there because I copied it from another one. Apologies. It is only one ticket per. Sorry for the confusion. I need to update that text to be a bit more explicit about the in-game account as well. I haven't seen any botting myself, but, you know, I don't know. Another candy cane. So we've managed to go another 3 hours without looting an ELM. Tell me my account is shadow banned without telling me my account is shadow banned. Locomotive there on the Tantardians. I assume that's you, Locomo2. You just fruit tested the Frontier. Yeah, Wiki is correct on the decay. What? Which one? The base or the adjusted? Or both? And how many shots did you take, Galley? Because you need to do at least 10. Okay, yeah, it just by doing 10 you factor out that 0.000x heck, right? Or whatever it is. Where are the ELMs, guys? Where are they? No hidden ESIs anywhere. Where are they at? It's in the missing 5%, right? Right? Oh, for goodness sake. Why do they keep spawning on top of me like that? Constant. Oh, I could do with it's just something interesting, because this is mundane, right? You tested 10. Okay. So what is it, 2 pec? Or is it less than 2 pec? Sorry, 0.2 pec, was it? Yeah. Not, wait, is it 0.02 pec? Yeah, okay, that was it, yeah. You don't have the adjusted? Why ever not? It's probably the same on both because Socrates said it was 0.02 on the adjusted, so... or no, maybe not actually. Maybe he was talking about the base. Can't really remember now. We finally get another global. 55 ped. Do this now. Synchros. Fits an A101 perfectly. I don't even have an A101 at the moment. I don't doubt it. I mean, they were already at what, plus 300-ish, plus 400-ish a while back. I don't know. I think migration is cooked. I think it's cooked. Right, we're gonna have to wrap things up because I gotta go and get the kiddos in a minute. So yeah, make sure you bought your tickets for today's giveaway. A starter pack refill large, sponsored by MindArc. 1 ticket per person. You will need to have a full in-game name for me. Therefore, you will need an Entropia account. Otherwise, I will have to re-roll it. But get your tickets in now because we'll be rolling the giveaway very soon. mean, right. Ah, okay. I haven't raided him in a while. Okay. Have you bought your tickets? Make sure you have. Because we're about to roll the giveaway. Get crit. $94 Peda. Okay. Right. I think we're done. I don't think anyone else is buying any more tickets, so let's get this giveaway closed. We have 38 entrants, 38 tickets. As expected. Did anyone just buy one? Good luck to everyone. Yeah. Closing the giveaway. It is now closed. Right. Who's the winner? Here we go. Sucks TTV is today's winner of the large starter pack refill. Worth 20 USD, 200 PED. Today's winner. Congrats, Sups. I need your full in-game name, please. GG, Sucks. Joro Sucks Ivanov. Hang on a minute, let me grab that. Let me put that down in my spreader. What's today? There it is. Sucks. TDV. No. There it is. Okay, that one's a yes now, because Lasse has received theirs according to Socrates. Okay, congrats, Sucks. We have your in-game name now. I will post that to our content creators Discord, and hopefully you should get that hopefully within a week. You know, Socrates is obviously on holiday along with everyone else, so yeah, I mean, Lasse's took a little while to get sorted out, so just bear with it, okay? But yeah, let me know when you do receive it. That's helpful. Right, we're going to get a raid on... yeah, we're going to go and raid Showtech for a change, because we haven't raided him for a long time, I think. If at all. I think we have at some point. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching the stream today. A big shout out to Somerius and David Dan 29A for the follows. Thank you very much. Much appreciated for those follows. That's going to be it from me, folks. Bye bye for now.